Well, that means a lot. I mean, I think just looking at it the past couple of weeks, I think the Leafs are a team who obviously are on my radar as a team that I might get traded to, and one of the better teams in the league. So to be able to be a part of this going forward, and it being my hometown is obviously a huge bonus. But to be able to come to a team that has a real good shot at obviously making some damage or creating some damage in playoffs is something I'm really excited about.
What excites you the most about the current roster? What gives you the most hope that this team, as it's built, can make a long run?
Oh, well, we've played them twice recently here, and both times you can just see that obviously the skill on their team is right up there with anyone in the league. Really like most of the pieces of their team are great. I mean, it's just a full roster, right from the goaltending out to the D, right to the forwards. So I'm really excited to join and try and help as much as I can.
Right, next we'll go to Lance Hornby with the Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Hey, Mark, you talked a little bit about the hometown thing. What does this mean to you and your family? I know you have some incredible roots here, and I've been reading stories about you playing ball hockey on the street, and I guess you're a Leaf fan growing up. Could you talk about all that, please?
It means a lot. I mean, I think it's funny, you grow up. I grew up in Toronto, and you're a Leaf fan growing up the whole time and cheering for the Leafs. And then as I sort of turned pro and got into Calgary and on a different team, you sort of hope that the Leafs don't win because you're kind of jealous of your hometown team winning the cup. So now that I'm able to get back to Toronto and be a part of it, it's a great opportunity for myself, obviously to be a part of something special. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
And how are your parents and your family feeling about this?
Oh, I mean, everyone's excited. I've only gone through about 10 to 20 text messages, and I'll tell you, I have a ton more to get through. I'm not sure I'll get through them all before the end of the month, but everyone's pretty excited. Obviously, like I said, a lot of Leaf fans in my family growing up. Obviously, my parents and my sister are really excited to have us home.
Next we'll go to Jonas Eagle with The Athletic. Go ahead, Jonas.
Hey, Mark, I'm just wondering what this is like for you, a mid-season trade. Like, you've kind of spent your career in one place, obviously changing last summer, but what's this feel like?
Yeah, I've never been through a trade before, to be honest. So obviously going through the expansion draft last year was something new for me. But you know what, I had a great experience in Seattle. I want to make sure I mention how great the organization treated me here, right to the end. And I think, Ronnie had a great relationship with him, and he knew, obviously I'm from Toronto, and he knew this would be a great fit for me. So for him to put me in a spot like this means a lot. But coming into the last couple of months, it was pretty obvious that our team wasn't going to get into playoffs here in Seattle, and I'm really excited to get back into the mix and to get back into games, that have playoff implications on them.
Have you heard yet from TJ Brody?
Yeah, me and Broad's texted back and forth a few times, so can't wait to see Broads again. Can't wait to play on the same team as him again. We're great buddies off the ice, and I'm sure you guys know how great of a player he is on the ice by now, and excited to get on the ice and play with him again.
Next we'll go to David Alter with the Nation Network. Go ahead, David.
Hey, Mark, just following up on Jonas's question, how much does someone like TJ maybe help the transition process? You obviously went through a crazy transition process where everyone was joining a brand new team, but here you'll have like some familiar faces to kind of go to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've met a bunch of guys on the Leafs just being from Toronto and being around the summer. So, playing with Rhodes, obviously, for as long as I did in Calgary, he's going to probably help me out at the start, getting, acclimated with the facility and all that stuff. But, on the ice, maybe asking certain questions to certain guys. I'll ask a lot of questions to the coaches and to the players about the style of play and all that stuff. But I mean, I grew up playing against Spez my whole life. And a lot of guys in Toronto I've obviously grown to know over the years. So I feel pretty comfortable coming into that dressing room.
Next, we'll go to Terry Cochane with the Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, Mark, welcome to Toronto. What are your thoughts on the Leafs blue line as it stands, the group you're going to join, aside from TJ? You got Morgan Riley, of course, and Muzzin coming back from his concussion, and the Leafs recently got Labushkin, who's been a nice physical add for them. But what's your take on the group as a whole and what you think you can add to it?
Well, I think that it's a deep group. I think it's a group that has a lot of guys who have different skill sets, which is important. I mean, you just mentioned some guys can play more physical, and then you got a good mix of puck moving guys. Mo and Broads are really elite puck movers and skaters, and so are Sandin and Liljegren. I mean, they two young guys with a ton of upside in poise. So I'm looking forward to just finding my spot in the group. And I know one thing is when you have a deep decor, it really can translate into success, and you see it every year in playoffs, and I think we have that.
Thanks, Mark.
We've got two more here. We'll go back to Mark Masters with TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Mark, what was your fondest, or I guess most memorable moment growing up as a Leafs fan?
Oh God, there are a few, but I would say Doug Gilmour and the Leafs getting to the getting to the conference final against LA, and I really thought that they were going to get to the Cup that year against the Montreal Canadiens, but Wayne Gretzky spoiled those plans. So those ones stand out to me. That year stands out. The year they went to the conference final against the Canucks stands out. And then later on, when Pat Quinn was coaching and Sundin was the captain, and they went to the conference final again, I believe, against Carolina, I believe it was, or Buffalo, one of the two. I can't remember, but yeah, I was a big hockey fan growing up, big Leaf fan, so a lot of memories. But I would say the I believe it was 93 Cup, Stanley Cup playoffs, when Cujo was in St. Louis, was my was the one that sticks out.
And then with TJ Brodie, what works so well between when you guys played together in Calgary? What did you enjoy most about that specific experience on the ice?
Well, I think Broads doesn't get enough credit, or hasn't got enough credit in his career for how good he is. He makes every, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he makes every partner he plays with look really good. And I think that was the case for a bunch of years when I played with him. He's a guy who can break the puck out by himself, and in the ozone, I think he has really great deception. And I really love playing with him because he would fake two or three guys out and then slide the puck over to me, and I'd have all day to walk into a shot. So we were pretty comfortable with each other. I think he's a more lead the rush type of guy, and I'm more of a guy who could jump into the rush and jump into spots, but it worked out well. We worked out well together when we did play.
All right, last one here. We'll go back to Lance Hornby, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Mark, fair to say you consider yourself a young 38-year-old. What has the wear and tear done to you over the years, and how do you feel physically right now?
Yeah, no, I feel great. I think I'm 38 and I just played 1,000 games. I think most 38-year-old guys would have played more games by now. I sort of started and developed later, I would say, in my career, and I physically I feel good. I try to work and keep my speed all the time. I think that's the number one thing you worry about as you get older, but feel really good physically, and excited to get back into a game. I mean, sitting out waiting for the trade deadline wasn't the funnest thing, so I'm looking forward to playing in a game again.
Okay, that probably answers my last question. You expect to play Wednesday, and what number will you wear?
Yeah, I mean, that's up to the coaches. I'm sure we'll have conversations, and I mean, I'm excited to get into the game as soon as possible. I mean, I haven't played here in the last 2 here in Seattle, so I'm excited. And as far as numbers, I haven't really thought too much about it. I was going to take number 78, but I think it's taken in Toronto. So I'll probably stick to something with a 5 in it. Hopefully 55 is available or something like that.